Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Skynet, and today I've got a Spike Brothers deck profile for you. Today it's going to be H.H.8. This deck came out of nowhere, and it is partly enabled due to the amazing starter that we have that never got banned. I'm taking shots. Well, without further ado, let me show you my build. The special shout out actually to a gentleman by the name of Justin Flynn. If you're watching this, because I know you subscribed, thanks for the tidbits. I had the deck prior to meeting him, and in playing him, I saw some changes that I could make with the deck. Saw some things that I liked, saw some things that I didn't like, and so he helped me go to the second version of this build. So without further ado, let me start off with the starter and then work my way top down. So the deck functions with Mega Trainer, your starter, but instead of running one starter, you run four. Why? Because that helps you get your Stride Enabler and that helps you get your heal triggers. Again, this is an all-in type deck. Aggro at its finest, so you need to assemble your pieces as fast as possible, and your pieces would be your heal triggers. So you may want one to grab a Stride Enabler if you don't have a great Stride Enabler to pitch, or you just go and get all your heal triggers out with these. Because again, you need to hit your GB8 by turn 1 or by your first stride or second stride. This deck does not survive in the long game. For grade 3s, my 3 unit is a bit awkward because I only have 3 of one card. So I'm running 3 Rising Novas because I only own 3. I remember I did a Rising Nova profile and I said I only had 3 and I wasn't going to spend $20 to get a 4th because that's just ludicrous. Rising Nova is going to be on point for this deck because of his on-stride ability that can net me an extra card during the final turn that I'm killing my opponent. And there are other versions of H.H.8 or Crazy 8, whatever you want to call it. There is a Dudley version, which if I can theorize that, I will show that definitely, but let's just continue with this one. So 3 Rising Novas, 2 Hive Makers. I run Hive Maker because it has charge, so the key feature of this deck is still going to be charge, and that's going to help enable a lot of the plays for this deck. So with Hive Maker, I'm able to get the 10k, and at the end of turn, I have 2 abilities. When Hive Maker attacks, I get the 10k and the ability from the H.H.8, but then at the end of turn, I can choose to tuck him into the deck and go search my deck for another card not named it. So the 10k will probably most likely go on the grade 1 that's going to be behind it. I forgot its name already. Frog Raider. Next is going to be the last is going to be Bulldozer Dobe, and he's just an extra 10k. So during those hard turn plays, he pretty much is there just to rack in an extra some extra damage and hitting high numbers. Because he gets the 10k from himself, which makes 21, and then he gets the 10k himself from H.H.8, makes him 31 unboosted. Grade 2s. I'm running 2 Lethal Forwards because he's charging. He becomes an 11k attacker, and if he ends up hitting, I can go search my library for a card not named Lethal Forward and superior card to the field. So what makes this pretty cool is at the end of battle, I can continue on my hell hard turns. So yeah, so this card is actually super good for the deck, and I'm only running 2 because there are other cards that I need to run in this deck. So the next one, which is excuse me. So next I'm running Mayhem Tiger, and this is the secret superstar of the deck. You're going to want to. I only run 2, and I'm praying that it doesn't hit damage and I don't have to ride it. Either forward will start destroying your opponent's guardians that are in the Guardian Circle for a Soul Blast. So at the end, towards the end of your H.H.8 turn, you're going to have amass a huge soul, kind of like Dark Irregulars. So pretty much you're retiring either grade 2 or lower. You can retire Sentinels, but you don't stop the ability. So hopefully within your whole, if you're doing it properly, you can start nuking out the Sentinels early, and then towards the end they only have 1s and 0s to guard with. Next, I'm running 2 Fierce Leader Zacharies. So when this card hits, I can Soul Blast 1 and draw a card, which is perfect because I need to continue to draw cards to continue the cycle of doing the H.H.8 turns. And lastly, the superstar is 4 Cobalt Impulses. When this unit hits, if it's charging, you retire one of your opponent's rear guards and draw a card. So this card's excellent. Again, keeping these 6 cards will help manage the hand, while this one applying pressure to your opponent's rear guards. Grade 1s. I'm running 4 Stride Enablers. So with me running 7 grade 3s, I have to compensate somewhere. And so I have to up my Stride Enablers to 4. I'm running non-negotiable. 4 Frog Raiders. This card is amazing because you end up putting a lot of the 10Ks onto this card. So when this is boosting a charge unit, it's standing up for 17, 27, 37, and boosting stuff, and it just becomes insane. So that card is a very pivotal part of the deck. So this would be the questionable part of the deck for some people. I'm running 4 Untouchable Melees as my perfect guard, or Sentinel I should say. So a lot of you are like, why aren't you running the Unflipper, the Kissmark Alma? And to you I say it's unneeded. If you've been watching the cards that I have, that I've been playing, barely any of them have Counterblast. The deck doesn't really run into Counterblast. The deck doesn't really use Counterblast. So it's actually quite unneeded, to be fair. And on top of that, when I'm in my H.H.8 turn, the Frog Raider only stands if a unit has charge. So there's going to be a point where I'm going to need a unit with charge. And if I have to go grab a perfect guard, I will grab a perfect card. And last, I'm running 1 Moodmaker Nyanroot. Now, I was running a different card earlier, but then I realized that the only cards that are going to be boosting are my Frog Raiders. So everything in my deck needs to attack, which I understand that my Acrobat Verdi doesn't have charge, so everything else should have charge. So Nyanroot's pretty cool. So when it enters it has charge, first and foremost, being a 7K, and if it's charging, it gets plus 4K. And then when it gets put into the deck, I choose another one of my rear guards, and it gets 4K. So when it attacks, it's an 11K. Already good. So that means it's 21 on my H.H.8 turns. Perfect. And depending on said scenario, it either goes into deck or into the soul. Yeah. So what's cool about this is that this can even, as long as it's charging, like I can use this as a boost, make it charging for somewhere else, and use it for the H.H.8 turns as well. So it doesn't have to attack, and it also boost. So that's why this card's perfect. Bad jokes are bad. Perfect. Triggered lineup, it is no secret. 4, 4, 4, and 4. I'm not gonna lay it all out, but it pretty much is 12 draw, 4 heals. And 4 heals being the Linus because it has an ability. And why do you say 12? Because again, you are trying to, the other half of this deck or build is amassing the hand to keep your combo going. Because you take the attacker or the booster, throw it into the soul, and you need a card from your hand to go to the soul. So you're already negging 1 from your hand. So again, if you just amass a wall of a hand on your H.H.8 turn, you can get up to like 16 attacks if you do it properly. Next, we're going into the G Zone. G Zone is pretty straightforward. I may make some edits to it because I'm not 100% liking the G Zone, but we'll see what I can do. So running one screw, one maximum, 3 Aries, 1 Dismal, and 2 Linuses. So you'll see me G guard in one turn, or most people just dump all the G guards in one turn. So they go this, flip, this, and then you're flipping these. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then because I'm that guy, I will probably stride once. So 6, 7, because my stride is I'll probably go into Supernova, or depending on the game, I'll go into Dirty Picaro. And between these and all that, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you H.H.8 for 8. And then the last 2, 2 Miracle Aces and a Centurion. And that's pretty much the build. I may just go up to 4 Linuses, because again, I saw my buddy Justin Flynn. He just went straight into Linuses, and on his first attack, just was able to destroy the crap out of me. Or actually, his second stride, he was able to destroy the crap out of me because reasons. But anyway, that's the deck, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.